Hoosiers. In fact, you may have seen our own Joel Siegel give it one of his rave reviews earlier this week. Well, it turns out that there's a real-life parallel to the plot of the movie, and Steve Fox checked it out this week.
You're going to like this story, Joni. Hoosiers is about an Indiana small-town basketball team. Goes all the way, wins the state high school championship. Now, the movie is based on a true story. It actually happened back in the 1950s, and as fate would have it, a very similar story is unfolding right now in the state of Indiana. That's right, folks. What we seem to have here is a case of life imitating art, imitating life.
Amy, don't leave us! That's another back!
You can say without the slightest fear of exaggeration that the Palmer Panthers have developed a winning tradition, as in they haven't lost a basketball game in 2 years, and they seem to be headed for their second straight state championship, playing in the small-town division. I mean small-town.
How many seniors on your team?
There's 3 on our team.
How many seniors in the school?
There's 3 seniors in our school.
How many boys in the school?
There's 20, I think.
Now, how many boys on the team?
19 are.
Uh-huh. High school basketball is kind of a family affair in Palmer. Their pride in the team's success is visibly evident just about everywhere you look. Palmer is a farming community, the kind of place where the biggest building in town is the grain silo, the second biggest, the school.
Let me tell you a few stories to illustrate just how important basketball is in this town. They used to hold church meetings on the nights of home basketball games. But then the team started winning, and they figured, why bother? There are 250 or so people here in town. On the night of a home game, 600 people will cram into the gym. And according to local legend, the first time the team made it into the state championships, everybody in town went to the game, except for one cop who had to stay behind to keep an eye on the place. Which is harder work, playing basketball or farming?
We work hard at home, but, you know, when basketball season comes around, or if basketball comes, Mom and Dad, they pick up the slack, and they do a lot. I just kind of help.
Kurt Bunting and his parents live on a farm just outside Palmer. Kurt would love to be a farmer himself when he grows up, but thinks he'll have to go into business instead.
I love working on a farm, and growing up has helped me a lot. Out on the farm, it's real peaceful, and it's just great. I love the farm, but the way the economy is, I can't farm.
Many of the farms around Palmer are suffering from what's being called the nationwide agricultural depression. So times are bad, but the basketball team is good, and that helps.
It definitely is a positive influence on the entire community. They know that everybody else is going to be at the ball games, and everybody else is going to come and have fun, and we're going to be a family, and this is an extended family around here. It really is, be it the community or the school system itself. Everybody is very close, and we live each other's losses, and we, be they economy or ball games, and we live each other's victories.
One big reason that basketball is so popular in Palmer is that, frankly, there isn't much else to do hereabouts in wintertime besides go to the games and maybe even the pep rallies, attended by kids from first grade on up. Many of them will grow up to be the Palmer Panthers of tomorrow, by then well-schooled in the team's tradition of winning.
One big positive we've had here is that our idols and the kids that the smaller kids have looked up to have been great people. And they encourage those kids to continually get better. You know, they're going to be as good as their heroes.
The thing about a place like Palmer is that it's so small, the players on the team are also the players in the band. And like any well-rehearsed unit, they know each other's rhythms and moves.
How long had you been playing basketball with the guys on your team?
Ever since kindergarten. At recess and stuff, every day we played. We know where they want the ball and stuff, you know. We just play together.
We visited Palmer on the day of a divisional championship game held in another small Iowa town about a half-hour bus ride away. Like most athletes before an important contest, the Panthers were withdrawn and perhaps a bit nervous. And some even admitted that all the media attention they've gotten since the release of the hit movie Hoosiers has increased the pressure on them to keep winning.
We've tried to tell them that you guys are going to get in here and get out of here, and what's going to be very important to them is the fact whether they become state champions again or not.
Here's what we're going to do!
I hope it's harder on the coach than it is the players. I hope that's, I'll take the pressure.
Thanks to some excellent outside shooting by their 2 guards, Skinner and Pearson, the Panthers won this game against Fenton Central going away and advanced to the next stage of the championship playoff series. But even though the margin of victory was more than 30 points, Coach Skinner was not satisfied.
Didn't move the ball very well. I didn't think it was very alert. We didn't get the loose balls. We'll play better Saturday night.
Well, you got to, don't you?
Yes, we do. We will. We will. We always reach up, and when it's time, we'll do it.
All right, we'll do it. What do they have to do now? What happens now?
The Panthers of Palmer, Iowa, not Indiana, Palmer, Iowa, my mistake. Saturday night face the dread Bancroft St. John's. Bancroft St. John's has some really big guys. They got guys like 6'2", and the Panthers don't, so it's going to